Joining us now with more on playoff hoop to come, CBS Sports NBA Insider Bill Reiter. Bill, let's begin with the play-in matchup out west. Whoever came up with that should be given a raise. It's LeBron and it's Steph, Lakers and Warriors. Winner is your 7 seed. Loser left to skate on the thinnest of ice. With what you've seen over the last week, who gets the edge in this matchup?
Yeah, so you're right. They should get a raise and not fired like LeBron James suggested, a week and a half ago. It's a really tough one to call, and obviously a big part of this is going to be how healthy Anthony Davis is going to be. LeBron James has looked, fingers crossed, like himself these few games of his return. I hate going on a limb here. I hate betting against LeBron. It always ends up being foolish. But I got to tell you, it just feels like the Warriors, the way that they're playing, the fact that they're healthy, what Steph's been doing, I feel like they've got the edge because they've had a little more continuity over the last few weeks and the last few months.
An absolute man possessed over the last couple months has been Steph Curry, your 2021 NBA scoring champion. Draymond Green pitching in big time too, as those role players really find their roles in a big way. And it's a big congratulations to the Phoenix Suns, who just completed their most successful season in nearly 2 decades. And for that, you're awarded one of the faces of a generation. Yes, the play-in format does create drama and storylines that we're looking forward to, but do you take any issue with the way things have transpired for the 2 seed out west?
No, I don't. It's part of the deal, but you're right. It's going to be one of the most raucous and unpredictable postseasons maybe in history, particularly if the loser of Lakers-Warriors wins that second play-in game, because if that happens, Joe, I think you're looking at a situation, maybe excluding the 1-8, whatever that is, and the 2-7, whatever that is in the Eastern Conference. Literally any of the other underdogs, including the Lakers against whoever they play, and including the Warriors against whoever they play, if both those teams get in, can beat the Jazz, can beat the Suns in a 7-game series. I think it just is what it is. I think the Suns are legit. I think they're title contenders. I think they can take down either of those teams, but it's going to feel a lot more like a conference finals than it does an opening round series for a team in Phoenix, as you said, that had a historic season and deserved a little bit better.
Very much so. Chris Paul definitely on the back 9 of his historic career. Going to want to get everything he can out of this Western Conference playoff run. And if we're talking about a season of historic highs, there will be playoff basketball at MSG for the first time in a long time. Bill, at the outset of the season, if I asked you, best case scenario for the New York Knicks, this team, you would have told me what?
Tom Thibodeau's pretty good at his job, and they look serviceable as the 11 seed, right? Look, man, I got to tell you, on the radio and on CBS Sports HQ, I said the Suns would be a top 4 team. I feel pretty good about that. I said the Hawks would be a top 6 team. Felt pretty good about that. I swung and missed in a big way like a lot of us did on the New York Knicks. It is one of the most, I think, remarkable achievements relative to expectations, outside of New York City at least, that I've seen in the NBA. I mean, Tibbs needs to be considered for Coach of the Year. Julius Randle certainly made my All-NBA list. I think 2nd or 3rd team. I have to go back and look. It was a hard year to fill out that ballot. That defense is incredibly sturdy. I mean, this is a really good basketball team. Well, I think the Hawks can win that series. I think the Knicks can win that series. It feels very even. Clearly the Knicks, if they win that opening round series, they get some momentum. Who knows what they can do?
No doubt some buzz about it right now around MSG and the greater New York City area. I love these matchups. There's a ton of great basketball out in front of us here, but one really catches my eye in the play-in, and that's out east. We're looking at the Celtics and we're looking at the Wizards. The Celtics, obviously, they're the brand name in this matchup, but they're trending in the wrong direction. While the Wizards, they've been one of the better teams by a number of different metrics over this last month plus of the season. What do you see between these two?
Yeah, I think we know what the Wizards are going to be, and you just said it. They're going to be one of the hottest teams in the NBA when they go into that game. And they really are. They're playing like maybe a top 4 seed or a 5 seed right now. I don't know what we're going to get with the Celtics, because it feels like 2 out of every 3 games we get a disaster, and 1 out of every 3 games we get a glimpse of or an actual team that looks like the contender we thought we were going to have. There's just something has been off in Boston, and this is the magic of the 1-game play-in. You make it a best-of-3 series, a best-of-5 series, a best-of-7 series. I'm telling you, the Wizards win that thing because of how much more consistent they've been. But the fact it's 1 game, if the Celtics, I don't want to use the word luck, but if they can be the better version of themselves for one night, it could kickstart maybe the team we thought we were going to have all year.
He is Bill Reiter, and he will be with us throughout the playoffs, breaking it all down here on CBS Sports HQ. Talk to you soon, Bill.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.